Video number 2. Through the eyes of a horse. Thanks, Willow, for that nice introduction.
Through the eyes of the horse.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Well,
What are we talking about today, Alyssa?
We are going to give you guys some information on, well, okay, let me start from the beginning. We read this pretty awesome article from, what is it, the Equine Wellness Magazine or something like that? Yeah. So the Equine Wellness Magazine and a veterinarian, I can't remember her name, but a veterinarian wrote this article, and she was talking about the eyes and the ears of a horse, and she provided us with some really cool facts. We will leave a description, and we will leave a link for you all over the place.
So that you can read the article in more detail.
Yeah.
It goes into pretty good detail about the ears and the eyes. Today we're just going to focus on the eyes. And so we have some cool things to share throughout this video. And before we get there, maybe Alyssa, just share what your favorite part of the horse's eyes are.
Okay, let's see.
Just one.
Oh, just one. Okay. Well, I bet many of you didn't know that a horse has built-in sunglasses, essentially. They have these little worm-like squiggly things on the upper and the lower of their pupil. Those, like, help block, they give them some sun blockage, so then it's like shades, and it's built into their eye, which is really cool.
Yeah, I found that pretty fascinating. What I found really fascinating is that a horse could almost see perfectly all the way around them. So they have a field of vision, as it's called, of 350 degrees.
Yeah.
So a circle is 360 degrees. So we're missing 10 degrees of vision.
Yeah.
I find that amazing.
That's really cool.
So the next time you approach your horse and it's sunny, know that they have some shade in their eyes, even if they're not wearing a fly mask.
However, it is a good idea, especially if you live in a hot climate or with lots of flies as well, to throw a fly mask on your horse. And this article goes into more detail about that.
And it can also, a fly mask is also beneficial, especially in our climate and area, because we have a lot of dirt and dust. And, well, one of our horses, Cody, is actually allergic.
Yeah.
And so it gets allergies. So the fly mask helps to prevent some of that. And it also does provide some UV protection from the sun that they don't provide for themselves automatically.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So we're going to take it away and give you some more details. And we're going to do that right now.
Yeah.
The horse's eyes are such a neat part of a horse, and I feel like they all tell a story. The eyes of a horse, and really any animal, tells a story, but primarily horses. I found it a lot more exaggerated in horses. And for example, when Willow doesn't feel good, her eyes have a dull, sad-like look in them, and it's almost like her eyes are speaking. They're just saying, like, I hurt, I don't feel good, and I could just, like, read that through her eyes. When she's excited, and, I mean, her eyes always match her energy, which is awesome. When her eyes are, like, bright and fiery and excited, and there's no, like, white, it's not, like, a fearful fiery, then it's, like, it's really cool because I know that she's excited to play or run or get the snack that I have in my hands. And their story, I mean, by looking at a horse's eyes, many people have explained that they can tell that they've had a rough past. Horses that have had a rough past, and I think that that's true. And I also think that that's really cool because horses like our Willow and Cody. I mean, Willow came from the wild, and Cody was he was not treated very well before his prior owner rescued him. Cody was on his deathbed. And it's really interesting to look at their eyes and, I mean, be able to, like, tell that they've had a rough past. I like to say, or I say quite often, I think Willow was pushed around a lot in the wild, and I get that feeling from the look in her eyes, and how, I mean, yeah, it's just, I think it's really cool that their eyes can tell a story. If you notice, I mean, their eyes, every time you walk out to them, regardless of if they're feeling good or bad, their eyes, there's always a story to tell in their eyes. Their eyes are also very similar to ours, which I found pretty neat, given the fact that we're two different species, but the anatomy within the horse's eyes is quite similar to ours, in fact. And one of or two things that really make their eyes different from ours is the fact that their pupils are horizontal, and they have like these built-in sunglasses, which is really cool. And so when it's like a sunny day or whatever, they have these, they have these squiggly worm-like things in their eyes at any given time, but it's really helpful when it's a sunny day because it'll shade their eyes from the sun internally, which I found really cool. Another thing that Dr. Justine Griesenauer from equinewellnessmagazines.com, she's the veterinarian who wrote who wrote this article in the Equine Wellness magazines. Another thing that she explains is that a horse's eyes are located on the sides of their head, which gives them a bigger and wider field of vision. So a horse can see about 350 degrees around them, which is really fascinating because, let's just put it into perspective, a circle is 360 degrees, and they can almost see perfectly around them without even moving their head, which is awesome. I mean, I do notice a lot of times if Willow sees something or hears something in the distance, she'll like turn in the way that she hears it, which is really interesting. But even if she didn't turn her head and listen or look at it better, she would still be able to see it if it was close enough for her to see it without even moving her head. I found that really fascinating. I don't know what our field of vision is, but our field of vision is very, very little compared to that of a horse. Horses, like I mentioned, have these like built-in sunglasses, so it shades them from the sun. And these built-in sunglasses are like, again, like little worm-like structures, and they're on top and the bottom of their pupil, and their pupil is horizontal, so they see in like this panorama panorama view. They have like a panorama view of the world, which is awesome. I think for a mare that has just foaled, I feel like that would be very helpful caring for her new feisty foal. I would love to be able to have eyes on my younger siblings in a 350 degree view. That'd be quite awesome, because then I would know what trouble that they were getting to and everything. I think that mares and I think that horses are very awesome and blessed in that way to be able to see that much around them. And also to have like built-in shade over their eyes, so they don't always feel like they have to like move in different places to see something differently because of how the sun's hitting it, or heading them rather. Instead, their eyes are shaded from the light of the sun. They see the world differently than us, and some of the colors that they can see are quite different than us. I can't recall off the top of my head which colors they can see, but this magazine talks a little bit about the different colors that they can see versus the colors that we can see. In fact, if I remember correctly, a horse is in fact colorblind. And so horses' eyes, like any other creature, their eyes are very sensitive, and I believe that it's a good idea to make it part of a daily grooming or riding routine or whatever, to just check the eyes and make sure there's no swelling or anything else like discharge or anything else that could be concerning within their eyes. I feel like that makes it easier for the owner and the horse to, make sure that their eyes are healthy in case veterinary assistance is needed. Now, just because a horse has built-in sunglasses doesn't mean that it's that it's a bad idea to throw a fly mask on them. In fact, I think that fly masks are really cool because they give them a little bit more like shading from the sun, but they also protect them from the flies, of course. And in our hot and dry climate, it's really good because it'll shade their eyes from the dust and everything else. And Dr. Griesenauer goes into detail about this more as well. Horses' eyes are quite awesome in the way that they tell a story, and they're also really similar to ours, but they certainly have their differences. And so the next time you go out to your horse, ask yourself, how are they feeling? And just through their eyes, how are they feeling? Are they excited to see you? Maybe a bit nervous of that iced tea you have in your hand? I think it'd be cool to just take a moment and observe your horses and see how they are feeling today.
All right, so in conclusion...
In conclusion, what are you writing, an essay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is this like MLA or APA format?
I don't like APA format, MLA format.
In conclusion, everybody.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed learning more about your horse's eyes today. And remember, when you go out and it's a sunny day, your horse sees the world differently than us, and they don't need sunglasses.
And they have better night vision.
And they have better night vision. Yep.
I want to be a horse.
I would love to be a horse. Willow, do you want to trade me places for a day? No? Okay, I don't blame you.
We'll go ahead and leave the links to the article that we're referencing so that you guys can take a look at that. It'll be in the show description if you're watching on YouTube, and on the show notes page of our website if you're listening via podcast. So you can go out to reinforcethehorse.com and you can listen on our site if you'd like, but all the show notes and links and everything for each session will be there. reinforcethehorse.com. Also, I wanted to mention that Alyssa and I are putting together, and we're actually calling out people. If you have a horse, or if horses have changed your life in some way, and you would like to tell that story via our podcast, we would like to hear from you. So we're looking to do, maybe a 7 or 10 day series?
Yeah.
Maybe more, maybe less, depending on who's interested. But we just want to share your story about how horses have changed your life. It could be...
I mean, if you'd like to, I was thinking video call or voice call through, phone, and we just have a nice conversation with you over how your horse has changed your life, and you tell your story through our podcast. If you prefer to be, I guess, anonymous, you could, email us?
Yeah, you can email us at podcast@reinforcethehorse.com.
Yeah, we'll share your story, and we will leave you completely anonymous if that's what you would prefer to do.
Yeah. So shoot us an email. Hit us up on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Reinforce the Horse group. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's the best group.
It's not quite awesome yet.
It's awesome,
and
guys.
I think I'm the only one that posts stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's pretty awesome. You got to read all the nice articles. I'm sure the equine wellness, the eyes and the ears one is on there somewhere. But yeah.
But we love you guys.
Facebook,
Thank you for
YouTube.
listening. Please share and get it out there, because there's a lot of stuff in social media, and we're just one
and
of a
horses
bazillion.
are awesome.
We love you, and see you next week.
Sounds good. Bye.